am back with another process video. Right here I went ahead and started out showing you the thickers I was going to use. They're called Bliss, and it has a text on them and kind of some clear glitter. I went ahead and pulled out the Heidi Swapp Color Shine in Gold and just continuing to squirt that on there and dry it with my heat tool at the same time. I went ahead and started with this because I wanted to make sure that the Color Shine did have a chance to dry. Now when I started this layout, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do. I did pull out this piece of paper right here from the Reset Girl, and this is going to be my background. I'm going to use the side of the paper that has the words on it. And then I just pulled out a whole bunch of scraps that I had left over from a previous layout. These are also all Reset Girl scrap papers. Right here I'm just trimming off the branding strips of some of the papers that I had previously used. And I'm just gonna lay them down on the page. Just lay them down. You can see I have these three that I had cut doilies out of for a previous layout. I believe possibly the video that went up before this one. And I'm just putting the little pieces of paper around the page. And it does look a mess, and that's okay because I wanted to try a different kind of technique. I was going to put something all over this paper to kind of make everything blend in. On this layout, I had so much fun. I actually kind of did this technique or a similar technique right after I did this one because it was just so much fun. Right here I'm seeing where I want to put the pictures that I'm going to use. They are approximately 3x4 photos that I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and pull those back off and start adhering down the papers. Now when I put them back down, I don't put them in the exact same place that I had them previously, but it doesn't matter. It turns out fine, and I don't even know why I'm bothering making sure that's straight because again, it doesn't really matter, particularly on this type of a layout. So I'm going to go ahead and put these strips back down, and then I am going to pull out some Dilutions paint in white. I think I need to get another tub of this white. It's probably about halfway gone, and I don't feel like I use paint that much, but apparently I must use it more than I think I do. So right here everything is all glued down, and I pulled out my art journal because I wanted to see what this would look like. I went ahead and put some paint down on the mat right there and ran my brayer through it and then did it on my page. I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be all lumpy or clumpy or whatever. So I just keep putting that white acrylic paint onto my craft mat and then rolling it onto the page. And I just love how this looks. I just love it. Now it does make it pretty toned down so that all the embellishments I put on it in the end and the pictures, they just kind of pop off the page because the background is so muted with this paint. And I love how the paint, it's not, you can see the corners of where things join or the edges of where a paper is. I just think that is so neat looking. And let me tell you, I just kept pulling this brayer out and using it. It is so much fun. I love it. It is the best. Well, what I had done is I accidentally right there got some white acrylic paint on my words or on some of my letters. So I went ahead and sprayed some gold on them. Well, I got it on the page. So I'm like, okay, so I just started spraying that Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine on the page, and it looked pretty too. So I just kept doing it. So I'm going to do a couple more sprays on my page and use my brayer on that as well. And it is so neat because some of the gold, it'll get stuck up in the sides in those crevices. Oh, it is just magnificent. It looks so pretty in person. I love it. Love it. And I know on one of my previous videos I said that video or that layout I did of my husband where it was snug as a bug in a rug when he's all bundled up in his coat and zips it up over his head being silly. I have one display stand in my craft room, and I might take that away and put this one in its place because I just love it so much. Anyways, I went ahead and pulled out some tissue paper, and this is not the paper I use. I switched this out for, well, I thought I did, maybe not, maybe I already switched it out. I started with a white and then I switched it out for kind of more of an off-white. I think this is the off-white color. And I'm going to layer all of my photos with just a little bit of this tissue paper. It's not a whole lot. It doesn't really add too much, but it turns out good. And then after I layer the tissue paper on the back, I do pop them all up in foam tape. Now these photos all do have a white mat and a black mat from a black pattern paper, and then the tissue paper, and then the foam tape. So they are popped up pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and commit to my title and start gluing it down right here. It just says making changes. These are photos. I went and got my hair done. I hardly ever get my hair done. Well, colored anyways. I usually just buy the box at the grocery store or at the drugstore, and I just color my own hair because it's so expensive. Now I don't have a lot of hair. My hair is long. It's not super thin, but it is not thick. So like even just one box of color you can get at the drugstore is enough for my hair, but I wanted to actually have it professionally done, and what the hairdresser did to my hair, she called them J-Lo lights. So I don't know, it's kind of like a red and caramel mix. It is very pretty, and in fact I liked it so much I did make another appointment for her to touch it up here in just a few more days. Today is the 2nd. This is not going to be going up until, I'm not sure when, the 10th maybe, I can't remember, but I have another appointment in just a few days for her to touch up my roots because, you know, I'm old, I get gray hair. So she's got to touch that up for me, and it'll be fantastic. So I went ahead and started pulling out my embellishments. I am going to use that typewriter down there at the bottom right, and I pulled another piece off that's going to, or another piece out that's going to go near that typewriter, and it says Reset Your Life. This collection is hard to use just on any old layout. The lady right there is the chipboard. It was perfect because this is just about me. And then I put a piece of chipboard that says crafty, and I put it where, on the second photo where she is actually putting the color in my hair. FYI, very, very heavy with that color in it. All that goop, very heavy. On top of this typewriter, I am putting DEC for December 2nd, 2016, because that is when I had my hair colored. And then I'm going to pull out these, or did pull out these, close to my heart epoxy bubbles. Actually, it doesn't look like I did pull them out yet. I'm swapping out that rotary stamp up at the top. I'm going to swap that out for an alarm clock. And that lady, I thought about putting her up there in the center, and I was like, nope, she goes right over by that bottom photo. I liked her there. She's very, very cute. She is looking posh. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on foam tape. That is that piece I previously talked about that says Reset Your Life. The typewriter goes on foam tape. I do put a little bit of foam tape underneath that alarm clock as well because the photo is on foam tape. So I have the alarm clock kind of sitting on the photo, so I had to put some foam tape underneath it to kind of balance it off so it does not drag or, you know, fall down over to the left. I am adding extra adhesive. Now I will put the foam tape on there, and that might work fine. I don't know. I just add extra adhesive to it because this is going on all that acrylic paint as well as some of that color shine, the Heidi Swap color shine. So I don't know if it'll stay with just the foam tape alone. So, you know, don't ask for trouble. I went ahead and put some liquid adhesive as well. As you saw there, I dropped that alarm clock right on that bottom picture. So that bottom picture does have a little bit of adhesive on the front. And I don't care, I just left it. I'm not switching that picture out. It is fine. Here's where I pulled out those epoxy bubbles, which I thought I did that earlier, but I did not. I'm pulling them out here and putting them around the page. I'm also going to put a few of those sequins you can see sitting over at the left of my table, or the left of my workspace, and my head keeps getting in there. Sorry about that. But do you see those caramel highlights? Awesome! Yay! So here's where I go ahead and pull out the sequins. And after I do that to the layout, I don't think I do anything else. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.